You are special aide to the Vice President. You are just arriving. What briefing have you been getting on what has been happening since morning?
I think it's a very unfortunate circumstance that we find ourselves in. Firstly, Dennis Miracles Aboagye is a well-known figure in this country. It's obviously not a flight risk. There was no need for that Rambo-Style arrest that he was subjected to upon his arrival into this country. Indeed, I believe he left this country somewhere on Monday for a brief trip to the United Kingdom. I'm also aware that he had already been invited by the Economic and Organized Crime Unit. He had honored that invitation twice, so there's absolutely no need for him to have been picked up.
Somewhere this year?
Yes, for him to have been picked up on Saturday, only for no interrogation to happen. Obviously, nothing has happened up until Monday. It's quite obvious that this is an attempt by the government to intimidate the opposition. This is not the first instance. These kinds of arrests have been happening essentially since the NDC government took power. And if you are aware or familiar with the history of this country and the kind of things that happened during the PNDC era, it is a little unsettling, especially for me, who has experienced that or have familial ties with people that suffered under that regime. And so to be subjected to that kind of treatment again is quite unfortunate. Again, we see that Ekua has released a statement to something that I saw. I don't know if you've covered that already, have you?
Yeah.
Yes, and there seems to be an attempt to link two situations that, by the information I have from his lawyers, have no link to each other. So
aside from what we see publicly is a statement which says he was arrested for alleged misappropriation of some 55 million Ghana cedis. What else do we know?
I should be asking you. Is it Yoko that has kept him since Saturday? I have no idea.
You are surprised by that allegation?
No, I don't think we are here with regards to the allegation. Nobody is saying that if some wrongdoing has been done, that the right processes should not be adhered to. What we are talking about is the treatment he has received in Rambo-Style. We do not believe that due process has been followed in this matter. And I'm sure all of you would agree that if you've invited somebody twice, whatever investigation that you think you are conducting is ongoing, why do you then put him on a stop list and pick him up on his way back into the country like he was trying to abscond? And even after he was arrested on Saturday, in fact, it took the leadership of the party and indeed his family a very long time to even find out where he was. It is just about an hour or two ago that his lawyers have been able to see him. Nobody had been able to see him from Saturday up until now. I do not think that that's how citizens of this country expect to be treated. And everybody is innocent until proven guilty, is it not so? Just to recap a few things, especially with the way Yoko has been handling issues. It's not the first time they've done this. They pick people randomly, keep them, give them some draconian bail conditions, and we don't hear anything about the case again. So how are we to expect that this is anything different? I also see that if you read the second part of that statement, can you tell me what that part of the statement says?
I mean, what I read essentially put in the charges in there, about 7 of them. I also named a former boss of the one of the institutions that they picked the 2 of them up for interrogation.
From the information that we have from his lawyers, those 2 situations are not connected. So you've arrested somebody, he's cooperating and he has returned some funds. What does that have to do with Dennis Miracles Aboagye? It is obviously a very desperate attempt by Yoko, considering the pressure that Ghanaians have put on them, and very understandably, because it's getting to a point where it is worrying. So obviously the pressure has gotten to them and it's too much, and then they are trying to come up with situations to cover their backsides, because the 2 people are not connected in any way. So if one person is answering for certain charges, what does that have to do with the statement you are releasing for the essential kidnapping of another person? And I think we all know Dennis Miracles Aboagye. He's the most vocal person in this country. He's not difficult to find. In fact, if you want to find Dennis, you just have to probably go to Joy on Tuesday or go to Channel 1 on Wednesday morning and you can find him. So what was the point of arresting him upon his arrival on Saturday? I do not believe that that's the democracy we always want. And again, if you look at the pattern that has happened since this government took over 2025, it is a repeated pattern. Almost every week somebody is picked, what's here, we all have to stop our day and come and the person is denied access to lawyers, denied access to family. We don't know what is happening. Draconian bail conditions are issued, and then we don't hear anything about the matter. Then the next week is another person. Obviously, this is another very cheap attempt at political intimidation and persecution that will not stand. We are here to do everything we can, of course, peacefully and respecting the rule of law in this country to get him released.
My final interest is